How you doing, folks? My name is James H. McBride. This is my ad campaign for Ad Copy Final. I chose to do it over Catfish and Company. It's a casual seafood restaurant, and the tagline or sticky line for this campaign is going to be, "If it isn't fresh, it's fake." Got the creative brief here that's basically lining out everything for us. The mission statement that we have for the establishment is creatively creating repeated guest experiences that enrich lives one person at a time through continuous improvement of operational excellence. The vision statement is as follows: to move with efficiency, to drive successful development and become an even better establishment while staying current on up-to-date improvements to our practices daily. This establishment is a casual dining seafood restaurant that's been serving top-notch seafood in the Metroplex since 1983. The two customer bases that they asked us to check out and do something with was the 20s to 30s, because they think that'll be a good way to make their customer base grow. And they also want us to reach out to families of 3 to 5 that like to share a meal sometime. Some of the competitors that you're going to have is basically going to be all the other restaurants that are in this market. Inside your similar demographic of seafood, you're going to have Papados, you're going to have Razzoos, and the closest seafood restaurant competition you're going to have is going to be Ernie's. Also, too, another competition you're going to have, and especially since this day and age with the COVID stuff has happened, you're going to have everybody that's doing home cooked meals is going to be another big competitor for you to deal with. Millennials are looking for stuff that's very unique in their dining experiences. Some of the stuff that millennials are looking for are a combination of traditional dishes with non-traditional side dishes and sauces. They're also looking for different types of salads with even greater variety of salad dressings and sauces. And they're looking for dishes that are prepared extensively from known origins and growing methods. And homemade juices, liquors, cocktails from fresh juices and vegetables are also becoming very popular with millennials. Research has also shown us that millennials prefer to eat 4 small meals at an unusual time. They usually go out to eat to restaurants for a lunch meal. 87% will order a nice and expensive meal when they lack the money to do so. 40% will order something else from the menu every time they go to visit a restaurant. And most of all, they prefer it fresh and less processed food. Now, millennials, they even though they represent 64% of the total population, 32% of the total number of guests and members of Generation Y check restaurant menus on mobile devices. So I think it's very important for you to start doing this social media campaign as quickly as you can. Something that's affecting millennials and everybody, especially during this COVID-19 time, is that a lack of money is going to cause people to carefully choose where they spend their money. So you want to make sure that your advertising is going out there and people are seeing that they get an extra bang for their buck and that the value is there for them to do something. Something else here too is going to be the high competition that's in the market. Especially with the restaurant industry here in the DFW area, it's got more restaurants per capita than any place else in the world, so the competition is really set out for you. Also, too, the availability of information and advertising about various restaurants and the offers they have. We're constantly bombarded with advertisement from restaurants and everything. You can drive around a block and probably see 5 different restaurants. So the thing is that we want to try to do something that sticks out and makes you unique and shows and highlights what you have here. And I think this ad campaign is something that really does. The first ad we're going to have up for you here is going to be a Facebook ad. We did this for Mother's Day because Mother's Day is tomorrow. It highlights basically, showing that you do have fresh seafood and shows some pictures of the food that you have there. And it kind of highlights these specials. Everybody loves mom, so maybe that'll give them something to get aroused about and come out and try to support your establishment tomorrow and for the week that's coming up after this. If you want to get to the millennials use Instagram quite a bit. The reason they use Instagram quite a bit is because they see food as kind of like a cultural experience. They like to share this experience. One way they do that is through taking pictures, and Instagram is the platform they use to do that. With this advertisement here we have for Instagram, we want to kind of highlight that y'all are an award-winning place, because they do like people that are award-winning, because that is something that could add to a unique and different experience you could have. Also, too, we want to proudly show that you've been there since 1983 because that shows you are an establishment that has been around for a while. Again, we're going to show some pictures here that are very vibrant and colorful of the food that you have that you can get inside this establishment. We want to make sure that we reinforce to them that they know it's fresh, and also to cater to the millennials in this advertising campaign. A lot of the restaurants in this area, they choose to quit lunch at 2 p.m. I think it'd be very wise for y'all to take your lunch until 4:30 p.m. because of the usual eating habits and them liking to eat lunch at different times. That might be able to drive more people in here for millennials to come eat in your establishment. The next ad we have up here is a radio ad. Um, and let's take a listen to it. There's a place in the Metroplex where you can avoid the crowds and enjoy a thick steak, fresh seafood, and an appetizer that a talented chef created from scratch tonight. The place is called Catfish and Company. Also has a big city bar with top shelf wine and liquor. Your lady may like a Merlot while you sip on a Johnny Walker Blue. Well, this is the place to enjoy dinner in a stylish and fun atmosphere with a cocktail. But first, look over the menu. How about a generous portion of our seared salmon with a cream basil sauce and grilled asparagus with roasted potatoes? Or a fresh cut ribeye or New York strip? How about ordering a fresh salmon and a red wine demi-glaze to go on top? Or stop in for a Bailey's and cream on the rocks and our famous key lime pie, one plate with 2 spoons, no guilt. There's lots of places out there to choose from tonight, but make the choice count. Catfish and Company, 900 West Airport Freeway in Hurst, Texas. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Again, here in this ad campaign, we tried to use a little upbeat music, up-tempo music to try to draw millennials' attention to it when it's running on the radio. The other thing we do is they said they like to have the fresh sauces and stuff. So we talked about the fresh salmon, the sauces that could come with that and everything. I think that was something that'll go very good. And then also, too, with the cocktails, we try to bring the cocktails and the wine in there because that's something that has become very popular with the millennial generation. There's a place in the Metroplex. The next ad we have up here is it's a print ad. There's a lot of print that goes out in this area. There's a lot of apartments that are around here. I think this would be a good ad for you to put in the print, maybe on the back of a magazine, like the ad pages or something like that that goes out. And the way I like this ad is because I like the way it kind of starts dark at the top and kind of lightens up as you go on. But it's got this man thinking here, and with Mother's Day that's coming up tomorrow and Father's Day just around the corner and everything, everybody's looking to buy something for somebody, and why not buy them a gift card? And to get the free dessert down there is kind of like the bonus that you get to show the extra ad and the extra value you get for your dollar. But it's also kind of a joke to sit there and say, it's more free fuel for you to continue thinking. Even if you don't have an idea, at least you've got something to satisfy you while you continue thinking. The next ad we have up here is an ad for Twitter. They don't have a Twitter account right now, but I think it would be good for them to start a Twitter account. And the Twitter account here, this is would be the first ad, so it's kind of a funny, catchy ad. It says Hush Puppy up there because that's one of the things they're known for is their hush puppies. So I think that's kind of a unique way to drive conversation and talk about the restaurant through, to do something and very simplistic to do it. But also, too, I wanted to put on there that they are award winning and what you have done to do this, because that's something else, as like I've said before, that millennials look for and will be very important. To summarize, basically, we see that 25% of millennials say that they will pay more at a restaurant if its social media ratings are good. So I think it's very important for you to get on social media as quick as possible and try to make that something that you can do. So as the big majority of millennials use this social media to want to share what their experiences are in the restaurant, the question you have to ask yourself is this going to be your establishment? Now, if you think this is the ad campaign for you and this is going to be your establishment, I've got a team that's ready to help you here. I've got Victoria, who is our graphic designer. I've got Stan, who's the planning supervisor. I kind of hate to use this pun, but if you've got a plan and you want to do something, Stan's the man. He's going to make that plan happen. But I think one of the most important people we have on the team here is going to be Alan. He's with the follow-up team. And the reason he is so important, because once we are done with you, we're not going to leave you out there hanging. We're going to contact you from time to time and periodically to reach out to you to see if you need something for us to tweak or something we can do to better serve you. So that's something that's very unique to us that a lot of other places aren't going to do for you. So I just want to thank you for giving me this time to pitch this to you. If there's something you'd like to discuss about it, I'll feel more than free to discuss it with you. Also, too, if there's something you'd like me to change in here, feel free to reach out to me and let me know what you'd like me to change, and I'll be more than willing to do that. Again, my name is James H. McBride. My contact information is up there, and I appreciate y'all for giving me the time to give you this presentation.